Ooh, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day, and I'm bringing you something that I have a love-hate relationship for. Oh, it's right here. So, this is the SOC Journeyman, SOC, which is Something Obscene Company. That's what that stands for. There is so much to love for me here and so much for me to hate. So, this was sent over by Brandon Thrasher over at Thrasher's Garage. Go check out that channel. He puts out some really cool knives. He actually loaned me a few to play with here. So today I'm going to play with this one. Now, just doing this, watching this angle right here, you can see that curvature. That is so nice. I have to say that my favorite thing about this entire thing is the frame. It is a frame lock. I don't know if it's titanium. It may be. There's no information on it. This is a custom. All I have is measurements, and the steel on this one is M390. And you're thinking, okay, well, what's the love-hate? There has to be a love. There has to be a hate. Before we get into that, let's get into the specs. The blade length is... the blade length is 3 1/4. Overall length is 8 inches, which means it's 4 3/4 in the handle, which is great. There's no hate in there. There's no hate in there. It is a hawkbill, obviously. And tip up, tip down, or maybe just tip up carry. Yeah, just tip up. So that is it. That's it for the specs as far as what I have. Okay. Why do I hate it? Watch this. Okay, I'm on the flipper. And you guys are thinking, oh my God, he's just being stupid. Well, you see that dent in my finger? Kind of looks like that, doesn't it? You want to count how many little ribs there are, how many of those little lines there are? The flipper... Oh, there we go. It can be very, very painful to use. The flipper works great at a certain angle. You have to... that wasn't it. There you go. When you find the angle, it's great. Bam, it's great. Bam, it's great. And you can hear how it snaps open. But if you grab that, you go right dead on... And I'll use a different finger so you don't think I'm messing with you. Same thing. Right there. Got that light coming in. Okay, I'll use a finger that has no mark on it. I'll use my middle finger. Oh, there we go. But that one, I got the right angle. You see that? I'm pushing like a mother. Let's see. Get rid of the last finger dent. Okay. You can see it's barely there. Oh my gosh. Pulling with everything. And a lot of times it doesn't go. So if you're looking for a knife that's fast deployment, you're in trouble. You pull it out and you do that. You're not getting anything. Sometimes it's just easier to open it the old fashioned way. Because if not, you might get stuck if you don't have that angle. And it took me literally couple of tries to be able to find that angle, and I still don't find it every time. So that is the main thing I absolutely hate about this knife, is the design from here to here lends itself terribly to open as a flipper. Terribly. Does it when it opens as a flipper? Does it open great? Amazing, fluid, beautiful. But I have to go across the knife, and I have to almost get it at an angle, and I just missed the angle right there. There we go. And if you don't, it's not opening. It's just not. It sucks as far as that's concerned. When you get that angle, this thing is pure like snowflake, man. It is just boom right there. Awesome, fluid. It just, you got to get there. The other thing is the lightning bolt. I hate the little cutout, man. I mean, if it was just, it's just a goofy looking lightning bolt, right? It's like a pine tree blown in the breeze. I don't know. I'm just not crazy about that. I think this knife, without that There we go. Would stand a lot better. Now, here's something that is awesome, though. This pattern continues into the swedge. I think that is super freaking dope. That is actually so nice. Look at, you can see it now in this light. You see that angle? That is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. If it didn't have the lightning bolt, I would look at this package and say, just head to toe, top to bottom, beautiful, nothing to complain about. I get the lightning bolt, I believe, is something like, I think it's his, I don't know if it's his logo, because I see it on a few of his things. So maybe that's it, but I would have rather see it like if it was etched in there or something, I would rather see that than a full cutout. The lightning bolt itself isn't bad. It's just the fact that it's cut out all the way through. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to have a hole or a slot, that's fine. But the lightning bolt just kind of gives it like a gimmicky, corny look. Bam, hey, I got it. But outside of that, the handle, super comfortable. The jimping, really comfortable. The fact that the swedge has that stuff, it's almost like a semi-jimping. Super comfortable. Is it sharp? Let's find out. I got some hair left. And remember, these are used edges. These didn't come to me brand new, so if it's sharp, oh my God, I said if. If it's sharp, that's used edge sharp. That's not brand new edge sharp. That thing, okay, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't expect it. Like, I knew it was going to be sharp because I felt the edge like this. I was like, oh, it feels sharp. I didn't know it was that sharp. I honestly didn't. I wasn't prepared for that. So, is it sharp? Hell yeah. So, the SOC Journeyman is sweet. And you might be able to find them as SOC hawkbill. This one is some kind of custom. I don't know how. It just says, he just put custom SOC Journeyman M390. So, I'm not sure what part of it is custom. Can you find it in this build? Is it all, or do they all come in this steel? I don't know, but you can do a little homework and look it up if you really, really want to check one out. It's just a sweet knife. Let's go. All right, we actually have some sunshine today here in Massachusetts in late January. But look at that. I mean, okay, it's just a cool knife. It's a cool knife. So there's certain things we can do and certain things we can't do. Like, you can't do any kind of straight chop because it's a hawkbill, so that would be stupid. But you can do angled chops and different things. So we're gonna pick out a couple different things to do. So let's get it over here to the stump, which I literally almost got a new stump yesterday. Like, pulled one out and I didn't. Let's do that right now. I got one sitting right there. Let's take the old stump. Ugh. Get rid of it. Let's do that. Today is the day we bring in a new stump. All right. There we go. We have a stump. I don't know why. I just didn't do this before. All right. Let's bring it down. Well, hold on. I got to adjust you. All this technology, none of it works. All right. So, like I said, I can't do anything. Like, I can't do the chop on this because it's just going to bow around it, right? So that's impossible. A push cut. Can't do a push cut. So what I want to do is I'm going to bring it to the edge of the stump. And I don't know if the lighting, am I just blocking the light? There we go. I'll do that way. I'm going to take it to the edge of the stump and I'm going to push cut. And you'll be able to see that you can use a hawkbill to push on a flat, make a flat cut if you use the edge of a surface. Ta-da! Little trick from your old Uncle D-Bad. All right, so we got that done. We got 4 layers of leather belt. I am running out of belt here. I'm gonna have to get another one. Bam! Just so easy. All right, so now this is where a hawkbill shines. Is going to be right here. Let's bring you guys actually closer to this one. This is where it's going to shine. This nice curved blade lends a sweeping hand. Oh my gosh, those are so tiny. a sweeping hand to make these beautiful elongated curls. Because of the curve of the blade, as you come this way, it just keeps on cutting with you. You're not getting away from the edge, you're continuing the edge. And that's what separates it from a lot of other knives. And this is where the hawkbill is great. Now, this is also great for like ripping. Like, let's say you want to cut carpet, you're going to put down and you're going to drag. It's just great for it. But as far as like feathering, I'm going to try and keep some of them on there this time. It's so sharp. I keep doing that. I keep knocking them off. God, those curls are so tiny. The edge geometry on this, beautiful. Beautiful. So look at this little tiny curl right here. It's like a little baby curl. But can we feather with it all day long? Can we carve with it all day long? And that's where the real strengths of this guy is going to come through, is stuff like this. This kind of work right here with a hawkbill, because it's grabbing the material, and it's not, if I'm using another knife, this is what I have on me right here. Okay, so this blade sweeps away. So as you get to the end of your cut, it's going to get weaker, right? So this is the strength of my cut. If I go in a radius like this, then by the time I get here, it's a weaker cut than where I started. Whereas this one, it doesn't change. It's the same strength all the way through, if that makes sense to you. But that's what a hawkbill does. It creates the same amount of power in a cut here as it does here, where this one, you're either going to cut here or cut here, right? So this is going to be a slasher, this is going to be a ripper. And that's the difference. This is the off-grid Black Mamba V2 and this SOC Journeyman. All right, so that's what that difference is. You know, we need to rip something. I got the boogie board over here. Why not? Let's just try and rip this. Let's just try and see what we can do. So I'm going to just put the tip is super punchy. Super punchy. I just tap. Goes right through. But this right here, that motion is going to make the finest cut that you're going to see. It's just, look at this. That's literally all the way through that boogie board right there. No problem. No problem at all. This thing is an amazing ripper. And I'm wondering if we can get a nice piece of slat, a nice little piece of slat wood, if that'll work. But before we do that, I almost forgot. I want to come over here. I have pretty high hopes with this, with the plastic netting, because of its shape. And that's gonna show you something. If you need to, let's say you got some stuff that you got to cut up and you got to get rid of, man, I knew it. This thing is just gonna tear right through. Those are super clean cuts. But let's say you got a trampoline or an old pool or something that you have to get rid of that's in the backyard. Look at this, man. This is gonna make very short work of it. Very, very short work. Let's go with skinning. Is it gonna be able to rip? Well, first of all, it ripped straight through the hide. Now I have that nice big hard part where everything was sewn together, and it just goes straight through. Just straight through. Just easy, man. These things are just absolutely great for that. So let me see. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get in here because of thorns, but it's all thorns, man. It's all thorns. Let's see if we can get a quick chop without getting my finger stuck on some of these thorns here. Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, I got it like pretty much all the way through right there. Let's just get one all the way through. Bam. There's nowhere to grab on this thing that's not thorns. But that right there, this tree, this little bush, it's pretty solid, but it's just all thorns. Let's see. Bam. I'm gonna kill myself. All right, so that right there is just cool, man. That's what it's made for. It's what it's made to do. Is this your throwing knife? No, it's got a curved tip. The only way to throw it would be to land it, you know, this way. And then you're not going to kill anything like that. You're just going to piss something off. So I would not advise doing that. Let's see. Let's see if we can make a nice thin slat and rip it. Let's see. All right. We got the mini stump over here. So let's see. Got to find a nice piece that's kind of square. This is all ice covered. All right, let's see here. You know, let's just try this big piece. I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah, it's not going to work. It's too big. But you'll be able to see in a second. Like, I'm able to push the tip down. Oh, it went all the way through. All the way through. That might be why I'm having a hard time slashing with it, but I wanted to just get a clean rip, but it's way too thick for that. But look at this. Actually, I don't think it's too thick for that. I think this knife is better than the wood is thick. And I'll show you. Ta-da, hawkbill. It's what it's good at. It's just what it's good at. There we go. We got a nice junky piece of wood here. The junky piece. All right, that's too junky. Let's try this junky piece. There we go. Just shreds. Shreds. Termite wood just shreds. Here's some hawk out in the background. All right, here we go. I had no accidental closings on that. And the good thing is it's a frame lock, so my hand is holding it, obviously. And that's the difference between a frame lock and a liner lock. Is a liner lock on that kind of thing, doing that will skip a lot of times on you. And that's not a bad thing. It's just because it's vibrating, right? And so will a spine lock. So if you have a lockback knife, it's because there's something bouncing. Being a frame lock, oh man, I forgot. Being a frame lock, you can lock your knife in there. Let's see. You hear that? Nothing to hear. Is there any wiggling and wobbling? It feels pretty good. It's a nice knife. It's a really nice knife. Aside from the fact that it's hard to open. And as much as I want to just say all these buttery smooth things about it because it's a loaner and talk about how great it was and this and that, I can tell you that performance-wise, this thing, once it's open, performance-wise, is amazing. When it's closed, performance-wise, there we go, can hurt. And it's not like you can't pop it because it's done really well. It's just made nice. You can do that, and it's fine. So no matter what, you're going to be able to open it. If you're not looking for this to be some fast deploying, have to get out of your pocket immediately knife, if this is something that you plan on using to cut with, something that you plan on using as a knife, you'll have no problems with it. Let's see if I can go just soft and see if that changes it. No, it's just the angle. It's got to be the angle. So that's it, man. This thing is actually really nice. Let's see if it still lines up dead nut. Still lines up dead nut. I mean, it's really cool. This right here, man, that's pretty badass. That's pretty badass. I just think that the way they did this, perfectly. This is just awesome. This I still wish was just like an etch, but is what it is. Really cool. I don't know what they could have done different in the design here, if it needed to be lower or higher or curved up. Something about that flipper just needs to be different. Let's see, here we go. Bam. But when it works, it really works. So that's good. All right, so that's it for this one. Thanks, Brandon, man. Oh, and all these knives from Brandon that I'm testing are going to go to Scab next, so you're going to get a double up in and see different opinions on how they are. This is what I'm going to tell you what Scab's going to think about this. He's going to take a toe strap, like a big fat toe strap. Hey, he's going to open this up and he's going to go, whoosh, and it's going to rip it straight in half. And he's going to say, well, damn, that can cut. And you know why he's going to say that? Because, well, damn, this can cut. All right, so that's it for this one. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day. Until next knife.